Hi friends, if you are feeling the pressure from the market recently, you are not alone. I think bear markets are tough and it can be hard to navigate. And especially I think during this period of time, I think we faced the first crisis in 2020, 2022, and then right now it's 2025 and the stock market have came with huge volatility again. So today I'm going to just share with regards to what is happening right now in the market and at the same time some of the mistakes that I've made and what I am going to do about it going ahead. So before we dive in, welcome if you are new here. My name is Vincent. I used to chase all the markers of success in life such as income, titles, and achievements. But over time, I realized what I really wanted was freedom. Freedom over time, money, and life. Now I'm on a journey to build financial freedom in a way that I feel right. I don't think I have everything figured it out, but I will share what I have learned and what I'm still learning so that it might help you too. So let's dive right back into it. So we are almost in the bear market. QQQ has corrected 20%. SPY almost hit the 20% mark. But I believe that the closest we have reached is about 19% down. So technically, we are not really in the bear market yet, but it already feels like one. And the recent volatility is caused by news with regards to the tariffs that Donald Trump is implementing, and especially the tension between the US and China. And since this volatility of the market is caused by tariffs, it will only be solved when this tariff issue is being settled, which I think as of now, there isn't any certainty that this is going to be resolved anytime soon. But there are some good news over here. Donald Trump paused the tariffs for 90 days, which I think we saw a record spike of SPY going up by 10% in a single day. And today there are some further good news is Trump is going to exempt computers and smartphones from the tariff. And I think the likely beneficiary will be Apple. So on Monday, we're going to see what's going to happen. But likely this is going to be a very good news for Apple. But however, the pause on the tariff is just for a 90 days period. I don't think we are out of volatile times yet. And especially Trump's really like to tweet. And whenever he tweets, he can just make changes along the way. So we just gotta be patient and monitor the situation along the way. So I just want to share about some of the mistakes I've made during this bear market. Hopefully these can be lessons for you too, that you can learn from and not make the same mistake. So the first thing is not keeping enough cash reserve. My stance is generally very bullish on the market, especially we have seen corrections in 2020 and 2022. And people who have bought the dip during back then would have performed very well for their portfolio. So I keep a very lean cash component of only 10% of the portfolio. And this 10% was kept as cash. So when there's a light market drawdown, this 10% can still be utilized to buy the dip. But however, this might not be enough firepower to really take advantage of situation like this. So ideally, I think next time what I will do is to keep at least 20 to 30% of the investment portfolio as cash so that whenever situation like this happen, I will be able to take full advantage of the market dip. So the second mistake I've made is when you buy the dip, don't buy all at once. I think I've bought the dip a bit too early within the 100-day moving average to 200-day moving average. And I think there's a component of greed over there that I went hard and fast due to the 200-day moving average has generally been a very good support for the market in the past history. But however, the market continued to move downwards and that was the period of time when I found that I ran out of ammo, which is not ideal because I can't take advantage of the situation anymore. So my advice to myself will be actually to layer in and plan my entries. And that would be 50 days moving average, 100 days moving average, 200 days moving average, and subsequent itself a 3% drop, then a 5% drop to tier my entry. This will take the emotions out of investing. And I noticed that generally when you take the emotions out of the game, you tend to perform even better. So I believe this time around what I did is I entered too early and too fast. And the emotion basically links back to greed. So lesson for myself, tier my entries, setting it a few layers, 5 to 6 layers. And in this way, I will be able to utilize my funds more efficiently. And the third mistake and lesson that I learned is on position sizing. So as we all know that this current downturn has caused tech to be drawn down by quite a fair bit. And I actually learned this lesson once, which previously my stock portfolio was 100% invested in Tesla. Of course, it made me a lot of money during back then, but however, the volatility of Tesla stock can be crazy. It can go up by 30, 40, 50%. It can also go down by 30, 40, 50%. So prior to that, I have already learned my lesson to diversify my portfolio holding. And as of now, how I manage my investment portfolio is every single counter, I do not allocate more than 5% into a single stock. This basically means that my stock portfolio can never hold more than 20 stocks at a single time, so that risk is being contained. If let's say even if a single stock has volatility of 50-60%, if I have only allocated 5% of my portfolio into it, I will still be able to sleep peacefully at night. And I have thought about not investing just purely in a single sector. But however, I still truly believe that in the long run, I would want to invest in sectors that I feel has the most potential for growth, and that in my view will be the tech sector. And I don't think tech is something that is going to be going away anytime soon. Hence for myself, I don't really think that I would diversify out of the tech sectors. But it's just that maybe I wouldn't go into one single company and I would go into 15 to 20 companies in the different supply chain of the tech segment. This would be a fair diversification for me. And coming to conclusion, I think patience is the key to navigating this bear market. As of now, I do understand that there are still many uncertainties with regards to the tariffs, but however, companies with great earning power are still generating good revenues and earnings. So right now is not the time to find companies which are not yet profitable and not generating consistent revenue. We want to look for companies that have predictable revenue earnings to show resilience in this current market condition. And of course, if you have built up your cash reserves, it will be best to really start layering it into the market bits by bits to take advantage of this current market condition so that you can best position yourself when the market recovers. So I hope all is well for you. Keep calm, stick to the strategy, and let the market work for you. And I will see you in the next video.